Ready and action. It's not going to work. Welcome.
Oh, shit. This is episode 11 of Split the Tab.
Sure is.
Welcome back to those who have been following us, our 14 followers.
No, we have
We
got another one.
We have 57. We have 55 on Facebook.
No, we have like 70, don't we?
Well, I did not know.
The boomers are loving us. That's where all the boomers are.
Anyway, I'm Andrea.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Split the Tab.
I gotta take this paper off.
Yeah, you don't want
to. We're going to start our in memoriam post today to a real life person. Everybody's real life, but they're not a celebrity. It's my cousin Chase, who was our first comment.
Our very first comment on the pod.
Probably one of our first subscribers on YouTube. And he didn't agree with this lady, he said. But he was
this lady.
He was very supportive, and he was always in my DMs telling me how proud he was of what we were trying to do. So cheers to Chase.
He
passed away last week. It's weird to have your generation start going. So
yeah, that is a little weird.
Yeah.
We've had two this week. We're not going to talk about the other one, but it was a regular here.
Fabulous person.
Kind of rocked.
Yeah.
You were the first person I texted.
Yeah.
And you immediately, I said, do you know this person?
I don't know why.
You immediately were like, don't tell me she died.
Yeah, I don't know why you would have been asking about her. That's why I was like, it had to be something bad, you know? That makes me really sad.
And my mom didn't, my mom's told me, usually she's like this big, like over the top. It was literally just a text that just said, you know, da-da-da-da, died.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sitting in a seminar and my whole body just went numb. I was like, what? Like, this is shocking to me. So, cheers and RIP to
both of them.
Yeah.
Sad week.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take it back a little bit here. We have a lot to cover today. There's a lot happening in the world that we're going to talk about. We have a big social topic that we're going to discuss. And in keeping in form, I have to talk about Taylor Swift quite a bit, but we'll get there. On the what's going on, there's so much happening in the sports world right now. The World Cup just started Thursday night.
Did you watch that game?
I watched part of the first game.
Did you play soccer?
I did.
Okay, I don't understand shit that's going on, but
I played soccer for almost 20 years.
That soccer people like fake injuries to like.
Oh God,
you're on a bicycle kick.
I can never figure out if Jamie's making fun of me for that or if like that.
No, I'm very proud of
you. Scored on a bicycle? Is that what she said?
On a bicycle
okay, that's
kick.
actually really impressive because I saw this guy do a bicycle kick in the game, and I was like, wow, my leg does not do that.
Well, mine doesn't anymore. One, I have a bum leg right now. I hurt my back. But two, the body doesn't move the way.
Yeah, it was impressive.
I played just a little kick around on the macadam out here a couple weeks ago with the Englishman. I fell, scraped up my knee. But when we were in Puerto Rico, this is so embarrassing. I don't even know why I'm going to talk about this. We were in Puerto Rico back in March, and there was this group of dudes in front of us at the beach playing soccer on the beach. And everybody kept being like, Andrea, go up and like kick around with them.
Andrew,
and I was like,
you're
no.
a soccer player.
No. So Jamie eventually goes up and asks them like to have the ball for a little while. so I could, play soccer on the beach. I went from here to here within like 10 seconds and like did it twice, fell.
What made you think that on the sand where it's difficult to even walk, you were going to play soccer like you did?
I don't know, but like all these dudes are there, like all of us that are in Puerto Rico. And I just like, and we're with, her son's girlfriend who had played soccer at Lock Haven. I was fucking mortified. Absolutely mortified. I just like laid on the ground like, what are we doing?
Why were you mortified there and not here falling?
Well, because I was drinking. I mean, I was drinking in both places, but that was just more embarrassing. It was like all eyes on me. Everyone else was. Terry ran up to me and was like, oh my God, are you okay?
Are you okay?
Go Arsenal. But anyway, so like the World Cup is in the United States, which is insane. Obviously, I think we're rooting for the USA.
Yeah.
They won their game. I think it was 4-0.
4-1.
4-1.
But the
fell
first
asleep.
goal,
got called back.
Paraguay. How do you say? I was saying Paraguay, and Jake was like, it's Paraguay.
I don't know how to say it.
I don't freaking know. Whatever countries call it. Paraguay is how I say it.
Paraguay.
He scored the goal for the U.S. Didn't you see him knock it in?
No, I was asleep.
Yeah,
Friday, I wanted to watch the USA game Friday night, but we turned it up quite a bit Friday, and
Been here for
God bless his
You
girlfriend.
guys need to strap a GoPro to yourselves so you remember the next day. I always wanted to do that to my college roommate. I always wanted to put a GoPro on her, like while we were at the bar, because she would go missing for hours.
You have the meta glasses. You should wear those.
Yeah,
Yes.
should.
I really should do that.
That would be so
like
funny.
on a night and just
But
video.
then it's like me when I have to watch this back and edit it, I get anxiety.
Cringy.
I have the worst anxiety. I texted Andrea last week while I was editing. I was like, I'm so sorry I said this.
The gay thing.
About the gay marriage thing.
I knew what you meant, though.
I know, but when you watch it back and edit it, I get anxiety. I'm like, oh my God,
I get this text.
Drinking. I can't drink my one drink.
I get this text like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You look offended. I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, I wasn't offended at all. Like, you really can't offend me. And if you do, I'm going to tell you you're offending me.
I did get from one of my people, though, Lindsay, you had your first cringeworthy moment. And I was like, oh no.
Watch your words. Watch your words, Lindsay.
I know. I'm sorry. That's not.
But I know what you mean. Yeah. But I'm thinking like hearing it as someone that's else. Not. I'm like, oof, it's not going to go over well. It might go over well with like a Southern Methodist, but not.
I do give a fuck about gay marriage.
That's just not a platform that she like, is.
I just don't know how.
Anyway, happy Pride Month. Yeah, I did. I walked in here. I walked in here a couple days later. I said, wow, Lindsay, way to get canceled during Pride Month, of all things.
Sorry.
Help me. I'm poor.
Help me.
Anyway, all right. So
what are we? Well, we were talking about the World Cup.
Yeah, and so the World Cup's happening in the United States. There's 2 locations in Canada, and either 1 or 2. Jamie, you can look that up.
Mexico, right?
Yeah, Mexico City, I believe, is 1, and I think there's 2 in Mexico. But
pretty cool.
It's very, very cool. But a lot of the players, like their visas, not players, a lot of people's organizations, like Iran is playing. Actually, I think in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it's Iraq, isn't it?
I think it's Iran.
Oh, Jake told me it was Iraq.
Is it Iran or Iraq that's playing next weekend in Philly?
I'm gonna say it's Iraq. Are they allowed out of Iran right now?
Iran is playing in the tournament, I believe.
Are they really?
I'm pretty sure.
How are you?
But they have to. They're staying in Mexico. They will fly in for game day and play the game, and they have to go immediately out. But according to your boy,
because of Ebola? Wasn't there? Remember they were putting
no, it's because of the goddamn war, you dumbass.
Weren't they putting restrictions on some of the teams because of you weren't allowed to come from some countries because I don't fucking know. I don't know anything.
It's not on here.
I just thought Iran wasn't allowed here because of Ebola.
Brazil versus Haiti, France versus Iraq. That's where they're
Iraq. Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was Iran. Yeah, it's pretty crazy though. Like I don't know if this happens in other countries if visas are
Yeah, I don't know.
But there was like a Somalian referee that wasn't allowed in.
I saw
but
that.
Then they're letting him.
But that was
one
in
Canada.
Ties with terrorism. They said not because of his visa.
Okay,
that's the headline I saw. I didn't actually read the article. I just saw due to his. I thought he was banned from the entire World Cup. I didn't.
No,
know
they're letting him.
The
They're letting him ref a game. I think in Canada.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I grew up playing soccer. The fact that it's in the United States, I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah,
I would love to go to a game, but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
Not quite as expensive as going to MSG for the NBA finals. I think the cheapest ticket was maybe like $6 or $7 grand.
It was insane.
6 or 7 grand.
7.
Thank you.
Are you a Harry Potter fan? Did you read the books or watch the movies?
I watched the movies.
So the Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah.
I said to Jake, I was like, all I think of while I'm watching this World Cup is the Quidditch World Cup. And he was like, yeah, Lindsay, there's no towers, there's no brooms, and they're playing soccer, but it's definitely the Quidditch.
Well, everybody has a scarf.
I was like,
everybody has a scarf.
It's called the World Cup, and they're all cheering in the stadium.
I think it's awesome. I went
it's really cool.
Right before, this is maybe 1999. Yeah, this is right before the women's team won the World Cup. It was 1999. My parents surprised me and took me to Hershey to see the women's team play China in
a soccer girl.
100%.
Went to a World Cup. situation.
It wasn't. It was like a friendly
a big
match. It
game,
wasn't like
yeah.
the tournament. But yeah, I went to college, played soccer. I did a whole bunch of things. Which is why I fall when I do a kick around now.
Mhm.
This was 20 some
Probably
years
why
ago.
you have a
So
bad back. All that
it,
soccer running.
it might be. It might be. So yeah, I think it's awesome. World Cup's happening. Go
I think so
USA.
too.
I
That game was cool to watch.
definitely think the
anything about
United
it, but-
States is going to get eliminated pretty quickly.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, they said that by winning the game that they won, it gives them the easiest route to the finals. Like, I don't know that. I mean, obviously, you know, I feel like our
That was
in
my chair.
America
That
is
wasn't a fart, by the way.
It's
Sorry.
NFL, not real football. So
Wait. What do you consider real football?
well, if soccer has been football for way longer than the NFL has been called football.
So yeah, it's called American football.
NFL football.
Right.
But the countries that have had it, like European countries are like
Yeah, you have
sneeze, I feel like.
Lionel Messi, you have
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, you have like these really.
And we have good soccer players too. I'm not saying that.
Name
but
one.
like I don't know any of them.
Yeah.
Jake was like, I can't believe you don't know this person. And I was like, I know 2 people. And one of them, I don't even know his first name. I just know it's Messi because Garrett has a shirt.
Lionel
Yep,
Messi.
him. And
He plays for
Ronaldo,
Argentina. Ronaldo, yeah.
They are like the 2 that you either like one or the other, right?
Right.
How the kids are.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. For all intents and purposes.
That's all I know.
I had a well, you're gonna know this player's name. He's far retired, but David Beckham.
Oh, I mean, I know him.
I had a
That's
poster on the front of my bedroom door of him for
like in
for
his
all those.
Abercrombie pose.
It was like for all the people that are our age, all the girls, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Bend it like Beckham.
But I had it on the front of my door,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I came out,
Took it down.
no, my dad took it and put it on the back of my door because he was like, "This is a lie."
You're a fraud.
Yeah, he put it on the back of my fucking door.
So funny.
Anyway,
He's fraud.
I feel
Fraudulent.
I am fraudulent. He's hot. I mean, come on, ladies.
He is hot.
Go Posh Spice.
Speaking of him, though, that he just did that. He got a
star on the Walk of
and
Fame.
Brooklyn wasn't there.
Brooklyn was in New York.
Hating his parents still.
What's the daughter's name? Piper.
Harper.
Harper, whatever. Went to his house. It was like it made headlines.
Wait, went to Brooklyn's house?
She went to his house to try and talk to him.
How old is she now? What, she just like traveled there? I thought she was like
she was
7.
already in LA for the Walk of Fame.
7 years.
No, I think she's like 14 now.
Huh.
Any hoozle.
Who are we talking about now?
We're gonna go to the NBA playoffs. We're gonna get all the sports out of the way here.
Did
Nick,
you watch the game last night?
I did not. I
it was
was
so good.
watching the last few minutes.
I
Jamie
cried.
went to bed. I wanted to wake her up, and then
It
just
was
looked
a
so
good
peaceful.
game till the very end. They did the same thing they did the last game,
Yeah.
where Jake was like, "The Knicks suck. This is stupid. I'm going to bed." And then I texted him this morning. I was like, "You should have stayed up. It was a really good game, and it was a good game till the very end again." And I was really happy for them.
I don't know why I had it in my head that it was going to go to Game 6.
Yeah, I feel like they always try to draw it out so you get more games out of it.
Right.
But did you see Timmy in the locker room getting sprayed with champagne?
I'm not an athlete. He's like wiping his eyes. His eyes are like blood red. I'm not an athlete.
Yeah, I was really happy for that.
I'm more happy to see Timmy in the locker room than I was to see Cash Patel in the locker room for the hockey game. For sure.
Oh man. Yeah, it was exciting. Jake was really supportive of the Villanova guys. That's why he was
Well, yeah,
excited
that's
about it.
Jalen Brunson,
Uh-huh.
Josh Hart,
and what's the last one? Oh, Mikal Bridges. Yeah, so that was exciting. And I really I followed 2 new people, and it was Jalen Brunson and his wife, because you hear how they're like high school sweethearts.
they're high school sweethearts, and
So cute.
Mariska Hargitay is like obsessed with
Mhm.
them. He's obsessed with her.
Yep.
That's like his favorite person to be courtside. The last time that New York was in the finals was '99 against the Spurs. They lost, and then it was 1973. So not 50. Yeah, no, it was 53 years ago.
Yeah, it was 19. They
Yeah,
said 1973.
73.
Yeah.
The last
can't
time
do
that they
that.
brought a championship home. So
Yeah.
New York
excited.
looked fucking insane last night.
Spike Lee was very happy. With his-
Alicia Keys was in Tribeca for like a movie that
Yeah.
she is releasing about her and performed.
Probably great.
Now you're
I
in
love her.
New York. Anyway, you might have to cut that audio.
No, you have a great voice.
I do not. But for someone like as a Philly fan, as you know,
Yeah.
we've waited years and years and years for things. I'm
Don't talk to me about waiting years and years
super
and years and years
stoked.
and years.
Well,
The
your team
Browns
sucks.
haven't won something since before it was called the Super Bowl. It was the 60s. when they
Maybe you
won
shouldn't be a Browns fan.
championship.
You
Listen,
just
I'm
lost
loyal.
Myles Garrett.
Don't talk to me. I texted Jake and I put it on Instagram too. I need a new team. I need a new team. But I do that every time they do this to me. I'm just so mad about how many people they lost because of
Why? Wait,
stupid Deshaun
why
Watson.
are you a Browns
My
fan?
dad.
But you guys aren't from
My
Cleveland.
dad, when he was
Wait,
little,
Cleveland.
Cleveland. He had a 50-50 chance of picking a good team. The Browns were playing Green Bay in some championship, and he decided on the Browns, and the rest is history. And here we are. Now our cooler says go Browns on it. We're just like way official.
Your husband's an Eagles fan.
Oh, yeah.
Your son?
He's kind of an a-hole. He's an Eagles fan, but he likes to be mean to us, and whoever our team is playing against, that's who he likes that day. So, like,
Your son
the
is diabolical.
Steelers, he all of a sudden likes the Steelers. I'm like, all right, you need a new house because you can't live here.
He's 5 years old. He's getting kicked out.
He does it with Cowboys too, though.
He's a
Yeah, he does it to Jake all the time. I think he's gonna be an Eagles fan. I don't think I'm gonna win him.
well, why would you? The Browns are terrible.
My nephew likes the Browns.
They're consistently bad. Anyway, so yeah, Trump went to Game 3 in New York.
Yeah.
Which sucks for, I think, a lot of different reasons. One, it was like TSA style security to get into the game.
Oh,
You had
yeah.
to arrive 2 hours early. They put a perimeter around MSG.
Shouldn't it be TSA style security all the time at a big event like that, though? I'm just saying in general. I feel like it should be. The way things are going in the world.
Right, but so they put a perimeter around MSG. They canceled all the MSG watch parties like outside. New York's been waiting 50-some years for this, and then he's like, you know what? Even though he's so outspoken against the NBA, he's so outspoken against all these things. So he goes to Game 3. That is the only game that they lost on the entire playoff run. Then comes Game 4. My girl shows up.
The good luck charm.
My girl shows up, Game 4, courtside.
It could
They
just be that
come
the
back.
Knicks played better, right?
They come back from the biggest deficit I've ever
but
seen.
They did that yesterday too.
No. The deficit was not as crazy as Game 4, but
you know.
But incredible. Ben Stiller is making some documentary.
Yeah, I
He's been
saw him filming last night too.
I'm stoked though for them. It's that's a really, really kind of Cinderella story, if you will.
I said to Jake last night though, I was like, you know, it really what you're saying, it really sucks that everybody's gonna blame Trump for that.
Oh, they 100% did.
Yeah. And
100%.
he was like, but did you see what the players said? I'm like, no, I didn't pay attention to any of it. And he said the players are like, we literally don't know who's there. Like nobody cares who's at that game. We play the same way we're gonna play no matter who's there.
you can't think about like, okay, Taylor Swift's courtside, okay, Donald Trump's up in a stand.
How do you feel about Trump's granddaughter, Kai? Did you see her laughing when they were all booing him?
I didn't see that, no, but you asked my thoughts on Kai. She's a really good golfer.
She is.
I don't think it's fair to her
to judge
to
her?
people to go up to her. She was on what do you call it, Impulsive or whatever, the one of the Paul brothers podcasts.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that.
And she told a story about how like people will walk up to her on the street and be like, your grandfather sucks.
Yeah,
she's
and
like,
she's
okay, like I didn't choose this. Like,
and she also like just turned 8. Like she's young.
she's going to college. Yeah,
so
she's going to college.
Play golf to a child.
I don't agree with that at all. It's not her fault that that's her grandfather. I mean, that's, you know, it's a split thing. Anyway, the Knicks deserve it. New York deserved it. It was like watching the videos of them all like, so now I'm not condoning like them beating up Spurs fans or any of that shit, but I'm
when they egged Wemby in the head.
Yeah,
did you see that?
But see, like I'm a Philly fan. We're degenerate.
Like
we are
nothing.
degenerates.
Yeah.
So I saw them like greasing the poles at MSG. I was like, oh, man, that feels like home. Anyway, so good
What's
for
this
them.
next topic? I didn't know about this.
The UFC freedom fight? You are semi-MAGA and you don't know about the fucking UFC 250 freedom fight that's happening today on Trump's 80th birthday.
I didn't even know it was his birthday.
Jesus H.
I'm semi-MAGA.
Undiagnosed.
Undiagnosed semi-MAGA.
You have what do I have? Trump derangement syndrome? Anyway,
yeah.
I might. Yeah. So obviously it's 2026. This is the 250th anniversary.
Bicentennial.
No, Bicentennial is 200. So she's just really not helping herself at all. truly not helping yourself. The Bicentennial was in.
Wait, so what is it?
It's $2.50.
Yeah, but isn't there like a nickname for that?
I don't know. Not Bicentennial. Bi is 2.
Oh man. Oh man.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna call it the Bicentennial.
That would have been 1976.
Why do I feel like I remember the Bicentennial celebration?
You were what, negative 12 years old at the
I was
Bicentennial?
negative 18. Wait, would you say 76 or 70?
You were born in 88, so 22. Yeah. Jesus. All right. So the freedom fight is, have you not seen the pictures of the giant
No.
UFC cage they made on the
No.
White House lawn?
No.
Lindsay, what are we doing? What is your problem?
I don't pay attention to it.
Okay. Hold on. They tore up the White House lawn and built this fucking insane giant contraption for this fight. A pilot flew in a couple days ago while they were doing the lights and called in a complaint because they couldn't fucking see. The lasers are crazy. Travis Pastrana, who I hope you know that is.
Yeah.
They have like motocross,
like Evel Knievel things
type
going
shit
on?
happening.
Is he gonna wear red, white, and blue?
They were gonna do a concert, but then everybody pulled out. You knew about that.
Yeah, I didn't know it was all connected. Like I didn't know the UFC fight was part of that concert situation.
Okay. Yes, there's a giant UFC fight happening today.
It's like a Buchanan Fair type situation where they just put a bunch of stuff in one thing. Like a parade, rides, fireworks.
I'm sure there will be fireworks, but also today, I can't even believe I have to tell you this. It's his 80th birthday today. He also claims that they're signing a peace deal for the war on Iran. Look at that picture. See that giant? It looks like the Sidewinder at Hershey Park.
Yeah, the Ring of Fire. It reminds me of the Ring of Fire from the.
That's how
fair.
I feel. It is.
Happy birthday.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
It's also Marcus's birthday.
I hope you have the best 80th birthday, Donald Trump.
She didn't even know. I had to tell her. What are we doing?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mr. President. 80 years old. You know, whatever. He's supposedly signing a peace deal, and the Strait of Hormuz should be open tomorrow.
I saw that. The Strait of whatever you mean.
Lindsay, read the notes.
That is not on there. The Strait of Hormuz is not on there today.
Semi-MAGA, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're working with. This is what we're working with. Okay, yeah, so that big fight's happening tonight, but there's supposed to be thunderstorms, there's bugs, it's, there's, what was it, 1,500 seats?
There's bugs? What do you mean?
Well, because of lights, like mosquitoes and all that shit.
Yeah,
I have to pee so bad. Can we take a quick respite?
What are you watching? The Sound of Manhattan at the final buzzer.
That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. All right, sorry, I had to take a potty break because I have the bladder of a 4-year-old.
UFC freedom fight. I mean, I think it looks nice. It's a little celebration out front.
For anybody watching at home, I'm doing 2 very enthusiastic thumbs down. Yeah, I think it's...
Let him celebrate. Who cares?
Okay, I understand it's his 80th birthday. That's fine. But, why are you making, as you call it, the Bicentennial, which I don't know that I'm ever going to let you live that down. Yeah.
That's fine.
Why are we making 250 years about him? I do also have to say they took down his name from the Kennedy Center on Friday night, I believe.
He's in office while it's the 250th anniversary.
Yeah.
Whoever
Could we not have had a better president, please, for the 250th?
No, you know why we couldn't? Because America voted him into office.
I didn't.
America did. He won.
What are you, Team America? Fuck yeah. Yeah, I won't be watching that freedom fight.
I mean, I won't watch it either. Happy birthday, but I'm not watching.
Anyway,
it's probably pay-per-view anyway. You know how they do that.
Yeah. We'll see if he actually signs a peace deal today.
Yeah, didn't they sign one before, too?
Who knows? But on topic with Trump, I want to talk about the attack he had on Caitlin Collins, the CNN reporter. I know you saw the clips of it because they were in our group chat.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that? I mean, I feel like he's done this quite a bit. Like, he even said about Megyn Kelly, how she's got blood coming out of her, whatever.
I don't know. I think this was one of the first ones that was like,
kind of went viral. Not like,
yeah,
went kind of super viral. Because
this
she
is how I
used to
feel
be a
about it.
conservative.
Unfortunately, you're not going to agree with me. That's good, though. That's
Shocker.
what this is about, right? I feel like she just caught the short end of the stick because he just thinks the press sucks, as I do too.
Look, I
So
do think that the press,
I think she was his scapegoat. Like,
sure,
she's in front of him. CNN is the problem to him, and he just went after her. You know what I mean?
right. I do think that there are plausible issues with media now, like the way headlines read and the way some articles
Mhm.
are handled. I do agree with that, but I also think a lot of this whole commentary on how, the fake news media, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, you should always report on the truth, right?
Mhm.
Like, that's what journalism is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
You can have it lean one way or the other, but
Mhm.
but it should all be factual based.
Yeah, I agree. Do you
But
think it is?
I think a lot of it is like very
Opinionated and swayed?
well, opinionated for sure. I think it's exaggerated a little bit,
Mhm.
but I also think he is part of the problem in being like, deny, deny, deny. I just read a report, and whether it's true or not, who knows, but I read a report that right before maybe it was a year or two ago, they had a closed door meeting, no cell phones, about how to protect Trump from the Epstein files. And
Mhm.
the whole thought process was like, we have to deny, we have to. It's kind of like the way, if you watch that Alien documentary, Jamie, what's that documentary we watched yesterday? You actually took a nap.
The age of disclosure.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's all about
What's it on?
aliens and how, I think it's Netflix.
Good, I have that
No, it's
streaming
Prime.
service.
Prime, Amazon Prime.
Oh, I have that one too.
Marco Rubio's in it.
Oh.
So that might get you enticed there a little
There's
bit, but
people
it's
with like high clearance who are now coming out and saying,
but like the
everything.
presidents don't know what's going on because it's
Yeah.
plausible deniability, and like the way that they handled that in the media before they were ready to talk about it was like deny,
Mhm.
create, put like plant stories in over here. I think that Trump does that quite a bit, and I'm not saying that Biden didn't. I'm not saying that it
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
happen
they all
across the
probably do.
board, but I think with his whole mentality of, oh, this fake news media, they're crooked. I do think that he plays into that narrative. I do want to ask you though, how do you feel about Elon Musk becoming the world's first trillionaire?
I mean, he's smart. He is
Sure, but do
smart.
you think he pays the same amount of taxes as someone that makes $186,000 a year?
Listen, we're all doomed in this tech
I
market.
I
We're
agree.
in the worst of the worst situation.
I know, but he's a trillionaire. You have to think about that. Not a billionaire, not a millionaire, a fucking trillionaire.
Why doesn't anybody complain about like the taxes that the Kardashians probably don't pay?
Do you think that any millionaire, or we don't even have to say millionaire,
Mhm.
let's just call it billionaires,
Mhm.
should be taxed far higher than someone like you and me? Don't you think they should be paying more?
Yeah, I do think that. What I think though is it's hypocritical to like hate on somebody that's in like his position about not paying taxes, but we never complain about like the celebrities that are billionaires and they're not paying it either.
Okay, here's me openly complaining about Taylor Swift should have to pay more in
Yeah.
her taxes. The Kardashians should have to.
Yeah, they
All of them should.
all of them.
All of
should.
them.
I think. Well, I
They have
also
more
think-
money than what you can
Mhm.
spend in a fucking lifetime.
I think if anything, though, what I would prefer them to do is like, this is like totally socialist of me, but if you are making that amount of money and there's people that, not people that are like working the system to make more money than you and I at this point, probably, but people that really need the help, that like tax money from billionaires should go to them and help them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with
There
that.
should be like a fund from the rich people. That
Oh,
their
wait, like a
taxes-
slush fund to help the needy?
Yeah.
That Trump could have done that for instead of to give money to his
Why does Trump have to
allies?
do it when there's celebrities
1.776 billion.
for the Bicentennial?
You got to stop saying that. You're going to get eaten alive.
However,
Mm.
I think it's really insensitive of like us as a society to think that like celebrities are the bee's knees and they make all this money and they're doing the same shit we're complaining about with the with the politicians and Trump and all that. Like,
They're all no. You put them. Look at Billie Eilish. She came out and said no one should be a billionaire.
yeah, they
No one
shouldn't.
should be a
Why do you
billionaire.
need that much money?
You don't. You do not.
Like, if you
But
have
the
a house
system
that's
is broken.
paid off,
The system is broken.
It is.
Bernie Sanders wouldn't stand for this kind of baloney.
Bernie.
I'm sure you hate him.
Yeah, he was in the election where I loved Ben Carson, right? Weren't they in an election together? Ben
You
Carson's
liked
my
Ben
guy.
Carson?
Yeah, he was my guy.
Criminy.
Did you read his book?
Did I read his book? Do you think that I
You
read
should.
Ben
He's a
Carson's
pretty amazing guy.
book? Mm-hmm.
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
His child, like his up,
Mhm.
even if you
Mhm.
don't agree with his political views, his life up until he got into politics is pretty special.
Okay. What are you reading over there?
Probably about Ben Carson.
No, I'm reading about like what equates to a trillion, a billion, a million.
Look at the seconds.
Like how much is really $1 trillion?
It's unfathomable. Like, what
It
do you
is.
even do with it?
That's like 37,000
Could
years.
you buy the United
as
States with
opposed
$1
to-
trillion?
A trillion seconds is 37,000 years. A billion seconds is what, like 30 some years?
Could you
35.
buy the United States with that much money, land wise? Do you think?
I don't know.
Like,
you could save a lot of people, a lot of animals.
Yeah.
You could save the world with $1 trillion.
I don't know if you could save the world. I mean, we probably owe China $1 trillion.
That's
At
probably
least.
true.
Oh,
All right, let's move on. Can you give me a shot of Jaeger? I need a shot of
this
Jaeger
is a
before
big
this.
one.
I just did a secret shop.
When we started this podcast, we started a shared note on our phones where she can add something, I can add things. And this topic has always been on that list, but we've both been, I think it's fair to say we've both been pretty nervous to talk about
I mean, I think immigration made me more nervous.
it.
I don't know why.
This one I feel is a very, very touchy subject, but something happened.
It's very one side or the other.
Right. Like there's no changing her mind or my mind.
It requires a shot of Jaeger.
It
for
does
her.
require a
It's
shot of
like-
Jaeger for me.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Cheers.
myself.
But it's been in the news this week, so we felt like this was the time to talk about it.
Right. So, again, the topic that we're going to discuss, we're not asking anybody to come for her throat or my throat. These are our own views on this topic.
Mhm.
But we had a text this week where Lindsay sent me a text and said, look, I know we haven't really wanted to touch this, but this is what's happening right now. I feel like we have to talk about it. So we're going to talk about it. And what's going to lead us into that is Jesse Ridgway, whether you know that name or not.
I did not know that.
I did not know
this
that.
week.
I did not know that name either. He apparently is a YouTuber,
Mhm.
influencer.
There.
He and his wife were pregnant, and they found out that the
Baby likely had Down syndrome.
they opted to terminate the pregnancy.
At what stage of pregnancy?
I don't know.
20 weeks.
What is the legal?
Obviously, it's 20 weeks.
I think
I think it varies by state.
they decided to terminate the pregnancy. Well, I will say this, that I did some research. 67% of people who get that diagnosis,
Mhm.
67% have terminated. What I don't know what stage it is. I don't know how early you can find that out. Can you Google that, Jamie? I didn't realize it was at 20 weeks. That's
Insane.
I went to, go ahead.
It's a hard pill to
You
swallow.
can start blood testing at 10 weeks, and about 10 to 13 weeks you can tell.
Yeah, because you can get like the gender blood test back by 12 weeks usually. So, which is still technically your first trimester. To me, that doesn't
So-
make a difference, but we'll get into
Right. So I don't want to get into the whole Roe versus Wade thing yet. I want
Mhm.
to talk about our overall reaction to this.
that. To the Down syndrome, like Jesse Ridgway's.
Yeah, we're going to talk
actual-
solely
about
on
that
this,
first.
and
Okay.
then we'll go into the topic more at
Okay.
hand. And again, like we said, this is a very, you're either one view or you're another. I'm not sitting here trying to change her mind. She is not going to try to change my
Nope.
mind. This is a respectful conversation that
Yep.
we will likely disagree on.
Me all you want, and you probably feel the same way. You're never going to change. your
This
opinion.
isn't about politics either. This
No.
is about
Yeah, it's
this
really
is,
not.
This,
This
is,
is more,
this shouldn't
like,
really be a
personal.
political
Yeah.
issue. All right, I'm going to
But
let
it
you
is a
start. I'm going to let you start.
Okay, so you want me to solely talk about Jesse Ridgway first and how
Yeah,
I feel about
and then
that,
I think that we
and
can
then
go
we'll go in.
into
Okay.
abortion as a whole.
You were talking about it, and I'm trying not to cry. That makes me sick to my stomach.
How big are you showing at 20 weeks?
I was
Never paid
clearly
attention to
very
health.
pregnant. I was clearly pregnant at 20 weeks. Like, you could tell. There was no hiding it at that point. At 20 weeks, you go for your anatomy scan, which is where they see if, like, all their organs are, like, developing the correct way, their brain is okay, and that's probably where they got this diagnosis, right? When you go in, I don't know how you can look at the screen and see what you see and be like, it affects me so much that my child has Down syndrome that I'm going to get rid of them. Like, my stomach right now is in knots thinking about, I don't know how you could see your baby moving inside you, listen to their heartbeat, see them like punching you. At that point, it is a full picture of a full baby, hands and legs. They're kicking you like they're small, inside. They're probably about like that big at 20 weeks. But I think my cousin delivered at 23 or 24 weeks. And it it just is mind blowing to me that you could think that's okay. I don't care.
You're over here shaking your head. Do you want to comment? Look, I've never had a kid. I've never gone through that.
I agree with Lindsay here.
It's the most
100%.
beautiful thing. You're so
That is
excited to
not
see
a
that.
reason. And yeah, how can you how can you even think?
Once you see it and you've been there, I just don't know how you could do that. But there are people that I've known personally in life that like have gotten a diagnosis of something very, very difficult and decided to keep the baby knowing that like either they would be stillborn or they would be, something like that. And I mean, I'm like, I don't know how I would do that, but I also know as a mom, I'm like, I would hold out every ounce of hope I had until the minute that baby was out that they weren't going to live. Like, it's making me tear up. I gotta let you go.
Look, it's a very touchy subject, and this particular situation, I can see how the internet is divided. I was not aware that it was 20 weeks, but my whole thing, whether I agree with this particular situation, I do think that is sad. The whole thing is sad. I went to high school. I graduated with someone who, I don't talk to her anymore. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but she had a baby that had Down syndrome.
Mhm.
And the pictures, you follow things on
Mhm.
Facebook. The pictures that I see, it's pretty neat. Like, they ended up doing, like, there's a lot of support systems and a lot of,
Yeah.
now, look, my main stance, I think obviously you can tell from, how Lindsay is pro-life. I am pro-choice. Am I upset about this situation after hearing that it was 20 weeks? Yeah, that's kind of like, oh, wow, that's pretty crazy. But my whole thing is, I believe that it is the choice, and I do agree with the fact that it should be up to the woman. So I went back. Obviously, what Roe versus Wade is. That happened in 1973. Roe versus Wade. I did not realize at the time that Roe versus Wade was a 7-2 vote in the Supreme Court. At the time, 6 of those people were Republicans and 3 were Democrats, and it was still a 7-2 vote, which, you think about Republicans and Democrats now, it's crazy.
They would just fracture it. Yeah.
Roe versus Wade was obviously overturned in 2022 on a 5-4 vote. It's tough for me to go back into the conversation of how I feel, about this whole Jesse Ridgway thing. At the end of the day, my ultimate stance is like, yeah, it's a woman's choice. Do I agree with this particular situation? Now knowing that it was at 20 weeks, probably, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's her body, her choice. So I will stand behind that. Does it make me sad? 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamie, I think, am I allowed to say this? Like, Jamie is very pro-life for herself. Very pro-choice for anyone else.
Sometimes I think I'm like that, but because I would never, like, I'm never going to be mad at somebody for the choice that they made, if that makes sense. I'm not going to judge you because in my mind, I would hope that you just don't know what you're doing. Like, that's how I feel. Like, you just don't know what you're missing type thing. My main problem with abortion is that I have seen far too many people use it as birth control.
Right.
And
No,
that
and
disgusts.
I'm not, look, again, if that, look, people have sex.
Yeah.
People get pregnant.
Yep.
But if they fully believe that they cannot support or raise that child,
Put it up for adoption.
there's that. But how many kids go through the system?
I agree. But there's also a lot of families that are begging for a child. That
Right.
would be a great
I also
family.
understand that. But how many families get denied? How many families get, you know, there's
It's really
so
hard.
many.
It's not easy to adopt.
No, not
It's
at all.
expensive. I get that.
Right. And, you know, there's so many people that need wants to adopt, but you make him jump through, you know, these crazy hoops.
Which is good though,
Like,
because you don't want the
I'm
baby
not,
to go to somebody that
right,
is like
right. But then how
abusive
many situations do you see that it has happened? How many kids have gone through the foster care system where they just get either abused or, you know, there should be that hard of vetting to adopt as it is to foster.
I agree. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, again, so I'm going back to like some of my notes here. The Roe versus Wade was overturned in June of 2022 on a 5-4 vote. It was Dobbs versus Jackson, the Women's Health Organization. But I just some statistics here. Out of 1,000 women, 16.7 out of 1,000 have abortions between the ages of 14 and 44. There were a little over 1.1 million abortions performed by a clinician in 2025.
What was that number?
1.126
In 1 year.
in 2025. What Roe versus Wade says is that in the first trimester, there's no regulation. You have, you know, full autonomy on whether or not you can do it. Second trimester, it goes to the state. The states can regulate what they want to do. What's considered the third trimester is fetal viability. And states can ban or restrict. Now, I think when you're in the third trimester, you know, no shot. But when you remove the right and you overturn Roe versus Wade, you remove the right from the human individual. So I think that whether or not the woman wants to have a kid or not, if they really don't want to have a kid, they really don't have a kid, right? They're gonna do either an illegal or like a self fucking, you know.
Yep.
And I think the biggest thing, my opinion, is why are we letting these 70-year-old men in Congress tell a woman what they can and can't do? Whether or not your belief is to be pro-life or pro-choice, why is it up to them?
I don't know. I don't know why it's up.
I disagree with that. Fully, wholeheartedly disagree with someone else being able to tell me what I can do with my body. If you don't want to have teen pregnancy, you don't want to have unwanted pregnancies, vasectomies are reversible.
Yeah, birth control is also free.
Right. But they're defunding Planned Parenthood. They're defunding. Not everybody has insurance. Not everybody. They're defunding all these Planned Parenthoods. So how are they supposed to be able to go get birth control?
Go get a condom.
Again, I agree.
If you are ready to have sex, you should be ready to have a child.
Again, we're not talking about teenagers either. Like,
no,
you know,
I'm saying anybody, a 30-year-old. I don't care if I mean, it is science that you get pregnant from having sex. It could happen no matter what you do, right? If you are really against having a baby, sorry, suck it up. Don't do it.
Or you mean literally suck it up?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Spit it out.
That was low-hanging fruit. Sorry.
Maybe I'm just in a fortunate situation where, like, you know, if I were to get pregnant, and now if I were to get pregnant, absolutely, like, praise the Lord. But back in the day, if I would have gotten pregnant accidentally, I'm in a fortunate enough situation that, like, I would have had support and I would have been okay. And I know there's people that aren't in that situation, so I feel for them. What I don't feel for is I've watched people that use that as an excuse and have said, well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't do this. But I watch you every single day spend $100 on being at the bar, and I've seen
Well,
you get,
to be fair,
but
it's
I've seen
way
you
more than
get,
$100 a night to raise a child.
but I've seen you get 8, 10 abortions. Like, wrap it the fuck up. Your kid, I'm sorry, but like, I went and heard, I was pregnant before, and I heard the heartbeat at 6, 7 weeks, went back, had an ultrasound. I had some like complications, went back, had an ultrasound at 8 weeks, saw the baby, like, it's very small, but saw the baby moving. So happy. I've waited my whole life to have a baby. I go back at 10 weeks. They tried to find the heartbeat. They couldn't find it. They took me in for an ultrasound and we lost the baby. I had to have a D&E. I never know what it is. D&E or a DNC. I had
DNC.
yeah. So, like, I can't stand these people that are like, they're not gonna do those procedures if they outlaw abortion. I'm like, listen, if you think any hospital in their right mind was gonna let me walk out of there with a baby inside of me that wasn't alive anymore, devastated, like, it was the worst day of my life. I'll never forget it. Like, I had to tell my whole family
I
we
didn't know
lost a
Garrett was
baby.
a rainbow baby.
Yeah. He's a rainbow baby. I don't, especially after that moment, I don't know. I think it more makes me sad. It's not like my opinion on like judging people or anything like that. It makes me sad that people would make that choice after I saw what I saw and then had to go in and like live that as my life, and people would do that voluntarily. I think that's
Sure.
how my opinion is. And like I said, I'm never going to judge anybody for it. It would never be like, you're a
Right.
bad
You're not going to
person.
be on like the picket line saying like you're a
No,
murderer.
that's not me.
You know?
I'm not. I think people have, everybody's life is different and everybody has hardships, and some people probably have real reasons for doing it. I think Jesse Ridgway and his wife are cowards, and I think that you just lost probably the most beautiful thing that would have been in your life. Like, if you know anybody with Down syndrome, like, when have they ever had a bad day? They have like the best life out of any. I'm sorry, I didn't think I was gonna cry like this.
No, you're making me
But
cry.
like, that was just a precious life that you got rid of. That
I'm not.
could have been the greatest thing that ever happened to you. You know, and it's really sad to
Do
think
you want to
about
take a
that.
minute?
No, I think people should hear that. I think that would have, like, the day that baby was born, your whole life would have changed. And now, I'm sorry, but you're going to think about that for the rest of your life. You're going
They
to think
probably
about
will, yeah.
what would have been and probably the mistake you made. And I think that that's sick. I'm sorry. You're a coward. I'm sorry. I'm done. You talk.
I don't have.
Oh.
It's hard to articulate my own thoughts right now, but you know, I can agree with you on that, but I can also agree with my overall stance of
Yeah.
like that was her choice and she
Yeah.
should be able to have that choice. Do I agree with that choice for her? No.
Yeah. I
But
think
do I
doctors
think
should do a better job of
do
explaining things to
do
people
I
too, though. Don't you
right?
think?
Sure.
Like, they may have said
But it
things
shouldn't
that
be the
scared her.
government regulating that. I think that's where my whole overall thing
But
is. It's
do
like
you think? But the government has to regulate it, because what if they didn't regulate it at all?
it
And
should be
they're
the
like,
healthcare system that
but
regulates
what if
it.
they were like, okay, there's no regulations to it, so at 38 weeks, if you don't want this, if you decide you don't want your baby, you can get rid of it.
All right, well, that's crazy.
But I'm saying there has to be somebody telling you that this is wrong at a certain stage of life. Like, there has to be.
Sure,
And
but
whether
then
you think that's at conception or at 38 weeks, whether that's your opinion or
what
not,
does
like,
that smell?
somebody has to regulate that. Like, it's,
Look, but see, like, that's why I agreed with Roe versus Wade, because first trimester, no regulation. Second, the states could do it. Now, obviously, the southern states are going to be,
Yeah.
whatever. Fetal viability, third trimester, no.
Just think there should absolutely be regulations at some point in it.
Right. But to take it away completely, now, again, it's up to the states. Now, we're fortunate enough to live in a state where, yes, there are still regulations in our state.
Fortunate enough to live in a state that apparently allows you to do it
No.
up until 23 weeks. Is that
We're not in Pennsylvania. This did not happen in Pennsylvania.
No, but I thought you looked up Pennsylvania. It said 23 weeks. 23. That's crazy. Do you think that's crazy? 23 weeks? That's
5?
Yes. That's crazy.
I disagree with other people being able to tell me what I can and cannot do with my body.
Mm-hmm.
That's my main takeaway. It should always be the woman's choice to be able to do what they want. Now, I would say first trimester. I have always said I do not agree with it being a form of birth control, but I do believe at the end of the day, in the core of my body, that it should be the woman's choice and not someone in Washington, D.C. saying you can and cannot do this with your body, especially a man.
But then how do you feel about, like, what if you're in a loving relationship and you get pregnant, right? And the woman is like, I want to have an abortion. I am not ready for this baby. And the dad is like, okay, but I am.
That I actually know someone that happened to.
So then the woman, like, has to carry it, but she doesn't want it. But the man is like, okay, like, we don't need to be together type thing or something, but I want this baby. I will raise the baby. So then that really sucks for the dad too.
Yeah, no, again, very, very touchy subject. I don't want anyone to come for me or Lindsay. This is just
Sorry, I cried. It just makes me
social.
really sad.
No, I think that deserves tears. It's a very, very touchy subject. You have lost, a pregnancy, but you now have G.
I know.
And
That's what I always
God
say.
damn, is he a pistol?
I wouldn't have if I didn't have my angel baby. I always say it.
I never
was the reason.
wanted to have children. I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where I got to, help be a part of
their life and
some other
raising,
but I never wanted that for myself.
Yeah.
I will say this again. I do not think it is okay for men in Congress, women in Congress, women who don't know people's situations, financial anything. Again, I'll say this. Vasectomies are reversible. You really want to talk about control, where we're at right now with Roe versus Wade being overturned. You want to talk about control? Once puberty hits, have a fucking boy get a vasectomy, and then when they're ready to have kids, reverse the fucking vasectomy. Because the second you do that to them, they'll start saying, my body, my choice.
Yeah. Do you feel like, though, then if there's women that don't want to have children? Like you said, you never had that desire. You didn't want to have a child.
No, I mean, I'm a child myself. I will inevitably fuck up a child.
Do you think that if it's to that point, then why don't you just get your tubes tied? Like, why don't people just do that?
Tubes tied are not reversible, right?
No, it's not. But, like, if you know you don't want to have children, why
right,
don't
but
you
what?
just do
Okay,
that?
so all right, so we watched this documentary last night.
Is this the one I told you I was supposed to tell you to come back to?
Yeah.
Okay, come back to it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We watched this documentary yesterday. You should watch this. It's called Maternal Instinct. It is the most diabolical thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
And it's a documentary.
Correct.
Okay.
This woman, career liar.
Mm-hmm.
She had 2 children, told the doctors at 21, she had 2 kids before she was 21. At 21, told doctors she never wanted to have another kid again. So she, like, opted to have a hysterectomy, right? Well, whatever, health issues, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm giving you, like, the Cliff's Notes version. Started a relationship with this guy, dated for maybe like a month, says she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm. But she had
buys,
hysterectomy.
right.
Okay.
Buys the fake belly.
Oh, you were saying she was a liar.
Does this whole fucking lie, the whole thing, doesn't want her kid. It is, I'm not really doing it justice. I really want you to watch this fucking documentary.
I'll watch it
anyway.
tonight.
befriends this girl. She does the photo. She's the photographer for this girl's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Girl becomes pregnant. Everyone starts realizing there's all these lies, whatever. They're questioning her pregnancy. Like, we talked to your mom. She says you're not pregnant. The girl's saying, oh, my mom's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Whole thing. Mind you, while she's wearing a fucking, fake belly.
Mm-hmm.
And this poor guy that she's dating, like, he didn't want to be with her. And she knew that. This is why this whole thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
She cut her friend's stomach open, murdered her, took the baby out of the womb, takes the baby and drives
Was
to,
this in
the
like
hospital.
Colorado or something? Why do I remember
No, it was
this
in
happening?
Oklahoma, Texas.
Was it recent?
Yeah.
No, a couple years ago.
Yeah, you gotta watch this. Like, yeah, she murdered her friend and then like took the baby and went to the hospital
Stop.
and got pulled over because she was speeding. And she's like, I just gave birth. And like the umbilical cord is still attached to the baby, and then like would not let them do any kind of like vaginal exam.
That is.
checks. Oh, it was nuts.
Don't
And,
tell
like,
me what happens to lady, but I
Yeah.
hope they burned her at the stake.
Be like, what did she think was gonna happen? They're gonna find this poor woman's murdered body with a baby cut out. Like
That, and it was her friend?
yes, she was the photographer at this friend's wedding. Took all her
Wow.
wedding photos. Like crazy. You
like,
gotta watch it. You're gonna bawl.
and it was all due to her like getting a hysterectomy earlier in life and not wanting,
Well, she wanted to keep this man.
and he wanted the baby.
No, he didn't.
You really did.
Oh.
He did not. He did not. He didn't want to be with her. He said in the documentary, he said he never said he loved
So
her.
he's in the documentary, like they actually.
Yeah,
interview him?
yeah. Him, his
Mhm.
mother, like the whole thing. You have to watch
I'll
this.
watch
It is.
Maternal Instinct.
Yeah.
One.
Anyway, but we were talking about whether they were not the man, the woman,
Mhm.
that shit's crazy. Number one.
Yeah.
Look, am I sensitive to the topic? 100%. But the grown ass men who stand on the side of the street saying this is murder. You don't know a woman's situation. You don't know what's going on. But again, I want to go back and say that, like, I agree. I do agree, to some degree that like that sucks. It sucks. And you know what? Like, you're right. They're going to have to live with that forever.
And I think a lot of people that I'm not talking about the people that are so desensitized to it that they've had like, double-digit abortions, they're using it for birth control. I think most people that do have an abortion because they're in a situation where they're not ready for a baby or like, or they think they're not, whatever. I think at some point in their life, they probably regret it. I really do. I think a lot of young people that do that aren't educated enough to know how that's going to affect them going forward.
Right, but even look at, okay, I hate to draw not comparison, but like look at the show 16 and Pregnant on MTV. Caitlyn and Tyler gave up their first kid.
Yep.
Kaylee, whatever her name was.
Carly.
Not whatever, Carly. Gave up for adoption because
Mhm.
they were 16. Then they went on to get married and have several other kids.
Mhm.
And you know that they're regretting giving that up for adoption now.
Yep.
But at the time,
It was the right thing to do.
it
for
was. Right. But I have to come back to...
them.
Yeah.
You're fine.
I have to come back to the fact that it should always come down to the woman's choice. You can be... I agree with Jamie in the sense that you could be pro-life for yourself, but you don't know someone else's situation. But I also agree with you that it should not be used as a form of birth control. But I don't want anyone in the government telling me what I can and cannot do with my body. If I want to get a tattoo, I'm going to get a tattoo. If I want to go get hammered, I'm going to get
the COVID shot. You're going to.
If I want to get the COVID shot, I'm going to get the COVID shot. If I want to, you know what I mean?
If you want a job, you got to get the COVID shot.
I don't think anybody should be regulating anything.
Just the more I think about it, like I feel like I'm way more pro-life.
And that's fine.
And that's okay.
But you're not ever going to stand on the side of the road or judge someone else for doing something.
I mean, if it's their 13th
I'll judge that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm gonna,
for me,
There's
it's
others.
I
just
agree.
it should always just be whether you agree with it or not. It's up to that person, and I think that
But why?
I know it's so touchy.
In my opinion, I went in and saw that was like a life at that moment when I went in and saw my child inside me. I think no matter how you look at it, I know people aren't going to agree with this. I think that's a life at that moment.
At the
And,
moment of conception.
well, not necessarily, because you could literally, like, when you conceive, the baby hasn't even like implanted in you. I think when there's a heartbeat,
Yeah.
and that's a viable heartbeat,
What
that is life.
again?
I got it at 6 weeks. I heard heartbeat.
Sometimes people don't even know they're pregnant until then.
Yeah, they don't, but I think personally, if you're getting an abortion, I think you should have to hear your child's heartbeat before you do it, because I think you're killing a life. That's how I feel. I think they're not giving these you probably don't follow this person because it's not your algorithm. Do you ever hear of Abby Johnson, the girl that used to work at Planned Parenthood, and she did that film, I forget what it's called. I'll have to look it up, and you guys don't need to watch it. But basically, she worked at Planned Parenthood. She was pro-choice. She like did all of that. She was a nurse, whatever. I think she was a nurse, or she had to like walk the girls in and help them through it or whatever. And she would agree with this. Like, they don't even educate young people, especially, about what they're doing.
I think we should 100% be educating more.
That's a big decision.
But again, I'm not going to change your mind.
Nope.
You're not going to change mine. I'm pro-choice. You are pro-life. It is a very sensitive. I agree with a lot of what you said.
Mhm.
I think you agree with some of what I said to a degree.
Mhm.
I do feel like we need to move on.
My last thought is I don't judge. I feel sad. That's all it is. It's not
Yes.
judgment. It makes me sad.
Right.
When I hear people do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, and I hope we did this conversation justice a little bit.
But,
anyway, we're gonna move on. Let's get into fuck, marry, kill, and then we're gonna
Okay.
wrap this up. So
which one do we want to do first? Fuck, marry, kill. Restaurant variety, food variety,
it's
or
on you. It's on you.
steakhouse variety. Texas Roadhouse, Longhorn, Outback. Fuck, marry, kill. Texas Roadhouse, Longhorn, and Outback.
Oh,
Fuck
bro.
Longhorn.
Oh, okay. You're going?
No,
All right.
I kill Longhorn. Fuck Outback. Marry Texas Roadhouse.
I don't agree.
Man.
I disagree.
To be fair to the world, our 5 listeners.
Hello, world.
I've only eaten at Longhorn once. I did really enjoy it. I did really, really enjoy it.
Wow, that was really good.
It was really, really good. But I've only eaten at Longhorn once, so I can't, you know what I mean? It could have been like the best sex I've ever had, but they might not be able to repeat that. So
They can repeat it.
we might have to go there tonight, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
I will obviously be marrying Texas Roadhouse. I don't know, just based off that one night stand I had with Longhorn, I might fuck Longhorn and kill Outback.
That's my vote. Because
There goes our Grubhub order.
Let me tell you, if you go to Longhorn, if you guys decide to do this, I would fuck the shit out of spicy chicken bites from Longhorn for the rest of my life. Spicy chicken bites, get extra ranch on the side.
You're talking about a fucking steakhouse
get
and you're talking about
steak, too.
chicken.
And their mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes at Longhorn are the best. With the steak dipped in it. I dip my steak in mashed potatoes. Butter, no gravy.
Until
Love
somebody
that.
dips or stick into mashed potatoes.
I did that last episode, yeah. All right. All right.
And then
Wow.
go ahead with the shows.
All right. TV shows.
This
Well,
is for
I
you
guess
because I
Liz-
can't do it.
You can.
I've literally watched one episode of the second one.
All right.
Yeah.
Breaking
Give it to me.
Bad, Sopranos, Mad Men.
Breaking Bad, Sopranos, and Mad Men. This is very tough for me. Very tough for me.
Well, I didn't want it to be easy.
Okay. This sucks. I am going to fuck Breaking Bad. I'm going to marry Sopranos.
Fuck out of here.
And I'm gonna kill Mad Men.
Wow.
How could you to January Jones? Eddie Draper.
I think that The Sopranos is one of the best shows ever made. I do think that Breaking Bad is incredible. A lot of people say that it's the best show ever done. I think Sopranos does it better. Breaking Bad is fantastic. The only reason I am killing Mad Men is because
Wait a minute.
You hate Betty
Hold on.
Draper.
Don't be a lie.
no, I did love Breaking
We just
Bad.
started watching Mad Men, and Andrea said, this is better than Breaking Bad.
Well, I tried to entice her, but then
This
as
is
we
the second
look,
time Andrea
as we watched it, I got just as bored as you did because it's the same fucking misogynistic bullshit. It is the same misogynistic bullshit over and over and over again. And you know, you can only support Don Draper
She
through
likes
his
the
alcoholism
mob
for so
more
long.
than she likes this.
100%. I'm Italian. Yeah. What is this? I want some gabagool. What? So no fucking ziti?
Oh, I could eat some baked ziti. Right
No
now.
fucking ziti?
Oh man.
Anywho, this has been Split the Tab. I hope we did it. I hope we did this very sensitive topic justice for you. If we didn't, well,
I actually didn't sweat that much this
get
week.
fucked.
I can't believe it.
I love
Let's see
you
the
just the
pits.
same.
Let's see the pits.
I love you too.
How are we doing?
I mean,
Oh, not
it's
bad,
a tie
not
dye.
bad.
You can't really see it, but it's there.
Anywho,
It's there.
I'm gonna get a rip a dart here.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next time.